77 years as a republic. What an important day for the nation that is not just built on constitution that celebrates democracy, celebrates diversity, as you might already know, also celebrates unity in different ways. But this day is not just special for India. It is also quite special for Uganda in some way. Now joining me this morning to have that conversation is Mr. Paresh Mehta, who is the chairman of the Indian Association in Uganda. Also joining me as well is Tarun Patnaik, who is a media executive, business leader and founder of Freedom Factory. I'm excited to have this conversation to learn a little more about what the 77 years means for India and the Indians living in Uganda, and to celebrate today. Welcome to the breakfast meeting.
Thanks, Victoria. Thank you. Thank you for having us over.
Well, I mean, it's a great day to celebrate. The 26th, of course, of January is a day of celebration. 77 years. That's quite something. What does that actually mean, if we may ask, the 77 years Republic Day? What does that mean to celebrate? What does it mean for Indians, especially for Indians that are living outside of India as well? Mr. Paresh, please.
Thank you, Victoria. Very good morning. And first of all, it's a great honor to be here with the team NBS. We are very grateful that you are promoting the India-Uganda friendship by this breakfast meet. And yes, indeed, 26 January, we share a history with Uganda. As India, we are celebrating the 77th Republic Day, and Uganda, we are celebrating 48th NRM Day. So 77th Republic Day is India commemorate it's adopting Constitution in 1950, 26th January, transforming from dominion to a republic. And you know the struggle, we all share a common history, colonial history. And 1947, 15th August, India got independent, and then we form our constitution on 26th January 1950, and we are going to celebrate the 77th anniversary of its day. The Indian constitution is the longest written constitution in the world. And it was handwritten under the leadership of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. So yes, indeed, and today also, as we are doing this meet, a very auspicious day in Indian culture. Today is the day we celebrate and we worship our goddess Saraswati, who grants us wisdom and the knowledge. So today is a very auspicious day.
Absolutely. Today is a beautiful day, just as you've beautifully described as well. I'm curious to find out or rather why is the Constitution so important, and why it still matters today for Indians globally?
Yes, Victoria, it matters because for nation, Constitution is your holy book. It gives a, equal right to everyone. It gives you a belongingness, where it gives us a vision. Like today, India is moving very fast. We have the biggest diaspora outside India. We are over 30 million who are living abroad, but still deeply rooted with our heritage, with our constitution, and it gives equal rights to everyone. It gives well-being for all. No one should left behind. As well, the constitution makes a common person. Today, our prime minister, if you look at the history, he was selling a tea on a railway platform, and today serving as the head of nation. So that's the constitution's power, that the tea seller can become a prime minister of the country.
I just want to add where Paresh Bhai has left behind, our preamble and the entire constitution, okay, it's well known that it's the longest written constitution way back in 1950. It's about 77 years ago. But what's happening is everything is earmarked to the dot. So whether it's judiciary, whether it's administrative, or whether it's rights, human rights, your constitutional rights, everything is written down to the dot.
Yes.
So a common man has got the privilege to knock the highest office and ask questions and say that why this has happened, or where are my rights, my right to speech, my right to freedom, my right to perform my religious affiliations. So everything is written to the dot. So it's not only just a mere book, and that's the reason you see in India the democracy is so strong that you could be in power today but in opposition the next day, and after 5 years you bounce back to power. So it's all about governance, performance, and like he said, the common man has an aspiration, and that can be fulfilled, that he can reach the highest office. Like us, our ex-president APJ Abdul Kalam, who was a scientist, he comes from a very, very normal background. He literally took up our research program to a level, and when he became the president as well, and when he came out of the office, he was just like a common man. He went back to a one-bedroom apartment, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a broad spectrum. The rainbow is
definitely
huge.
Beautiful story that comes out from just India. What you're describing in terms of the story of the underdog, to say, you know, making it all the way up. And we've seen many of those stories, which is quite beautiful.
You know, there was a very famous traveler called Mark Twain. He describes the country in a very beautiful way. He says that India is the cradle of human race. It's the birthplace of human speech. It's the mother of history, the grandmother of civilization, and the great-grandmother of traditions. So, you know, we've got a long history.
Long history, very
We
rich.
even today
Yeah.
live in many civilizations together. It's not like...
But what's beautiful, Tarun, you were born Indian, of course,
Yeah.
but your life and your work is deeply rooted here
I'm
in
a
Uganda.
perfect example of my country giving me the birth and giving me the platform to come where I am. And I'm a naturalized Ugandan. I've been an Ugandan for the last 15 years.
Absolutely.
And with my work, I am trying to make sure that film and culture, you know, we're trying to do the first movie, crossover movie between, an Indo-Ugandan movie for Netflix, which is called Wedding on River Nile. And that's going to come in very soon. So it's going to showcase Uganda in a very different way, where people have not seen. It's a story about integration, of love, of culture, of people of Uganda, how they've embraced us, and how we can give back.
What does that mean, actually, if I may ask, when you look at the freedoms, of course, that you do have, and to be able to enter into Uganda and still exercise all those freedoms and flourish, for that matter, in many different ways?
Let him take the lead and at least tell how beautiful it is, how welcoming Uganda was, and what, as Indian Association, they do to give back from the heart
please.
surgeries and other stuff. I think
We'd love the stories.
Yeah. You see, if we talk about diaspora, it's not yesterday or built on 1 year ago. It's a century ago, in the early 20th century, when, Indian came to Uganda during the British colonial time. And also with Africa, if you look at history, when India got independent in 1947, many African countries, because we share a common history of British colonial, got inspired and started a movement. When they saw India got their freedom in 1947, like Uganda we got in 1961. So diaspora has been here over a century, and not only living here, but it's Indian community is a unified community. It's a service oriented. We have been taught in our culture. There is a sloka we called Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So from the childhood, we have been taught that the world is one family, the world is one family. So wherever we go, as I have mentioned, we are over 30 million across the world, but you will not find anywhere that they have not contributed to that country. As my brother Tarun said, we are true patriotic when it comes to
absolutely.
Uganda. We are a proud citizen of this country, but deeply rooted with our heritage and culture. If you have in Uganda for the past 2 decades, we have contributed over 1 billion as a business.
And that's where I want us to go, actually, because when you look at the history of India within Uganda, a good history, sometimes painful if you think back, but the progress is quite significant. How do you describe the progress for the residents?
it is.
Do you know about a writer called Galesford who wrote Tides of Fortune for the Madhwanis? He is the director for the Oscar-winning movie Last King of Scotland. When he was here, he wrote a book of the history of Indians. I mean, our senior leaders, our elders, Madhwanis, Mehtas, name it. They were huge. Balaram Shivji, they were huge names of people 100 years ago who have contributed making schools, hospitals, not only here, in Kampala, all around Uganda. Look at Dr. Sudhir Ruparelia, the kind of stuff he's done. We always talk about largest tax-paying community. We shouldn't forget about the financial aspect of it, but look at the socio-economic impact it also has in the community.
You've
It's
also
huge.
influenced culture,
It's
if I
huge.
should say.
Yeah,
You've influenced
it's huge.
food, even.
Yeah, it's
You've
huge.
influenced so much. What do you feel about the progress made so far?
Yes, our contribution is significant, and it's always praised by our beloved President, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The atmosphere which NRM government had provided, because you see, if you want a country to grow, definitely you need a investment, and you need investor-friendly policies. Where if you see our contribution today, we are less than 1%. If we talk about a population of Indian living in Uganda or Indian origin, 0.001, but our contribution is, as per the URS statistic, is 65% of this country's revenue.
Sure. That's
So,
quite large.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then, every sector, whether it is supply chain, whether it is industrialization, whether it is job creation, if we talk about social responsibility, to give back to the community. I will give you a recent example, as mentioned by a true patriotic, Dr. Sudhir. We were together, and then I asked him, when are you coming back to this country? He said, Paresh, I've never left during election this country. This is my home. I'm coming back on 5th, and during election I'll be here because I'm a Ugandan, and this is my country.
I guess I have to ask, what's the secret from the Indian side point of view? What is the secret that keeps you guys united, but also at the same time, the visibility globally, locally? We are seeing it clearly, not just in business, culture, media as well. I think in terms of media and movies, there's a lot of influence. What's the secret from the birth side?
The English ruled us for over 200 years, but they couldn't break us with our culture. We're still the same. You could be an Indian in US, but he's back home, his culture, his tradition, he will never forget. He will never forget. And that brings back into the aspect of prosperity. We all believe in the power of small savings. Okay? We believe in entrepreneurship. And then that's some rub-off in different parts of the world.
Do you get taught this from a young age?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You would see in every Indian home. That's the culture. The very, very difficult to break into that mold. Even if you are any part of the world, it'll be the same. And adaptability, integration.
Yes.
You would find like his clan in each and every part of Uganda. They would speak the language. They would eat your food. They would sit around, do business, and amalgamate with the society. That's something which is, it's not like in other communities sometimes you find, or races, there's slight You know, like,
Yeah,
oh, I can't,
yeah.
you know, it
You
doesn't
guys
allow
are
me to.
intentional
Yeah, yeah,
about moving
yeah.
forward in that way.
Yeah, and also the belongingness. You see, all our children, they they're very much Ugandan, and they say we are proud Ugandan. But then our culture, we don't forget. It's today, if we talk about entire community, we have 62 regional and community-based associations in Uganda, and our parental body is Indian Association, where I am currently serving as acting chairman since 1922. It was established in 1922. We are the highest blood collectors in this country. We do a heart surgery. We run many schools in Hoima, Jinja. The oldest school of Betweli is run by one of our temple. So that belongingness, everywhere you go, that the Indian diaspora, they merged with the local, well-being of everyone. And
Well,
they grow
when I start thinking about medical tourism a bit, a lot of people from here, when they're looking to seek medical help, they would either travel to India and so on. What has contributed to that?
Economies of scale. When you really look at it, currently what's happening, even the hospitals which are here, most of them, they organize very structured camps targeted at, say, suppose if it's supposed to be orthopedic, or if it's heart related, or it's neuro, or it's onco. The doctors come in because Uganda doesn't allow anybody to come and operate and do. If that was there, then many more people would be, like saving less amount.
Yes.
Because the cost of travel, the stay, everything is. But yet,
It's cost effective.
when you look at the cost in terms of, I'll give you a very simple example. Today, a knee replacement in India would cost you something in the tune of $300 to $400. That's it, because it's regulated,
Yes.
and they don't want you to keep you in the hospital. In a day, you'll be out, go home and
Because we
try
have
and
work to do, we have things to do.
yeah, and it's just the economies of scale, and that's the reason people find it. Even students, you have huge Indo-Ugandan.
I have many friends actually who've
studying
studied
there,
out
because,
there. And they've adopted the
Today,
culture
the cost
as
of
well.
education is very high. It's very high when you look at around, whether it's the Western world or whether it's the Far Eastern world. It's pretty expensive. India still, the cost of living is low, and you can get a decent education. That's another. But you'll be surprised the other way around. We Indians took our food, our culture, our movies, Bollywood, all across the world.
And that's why I want to talk a bit about movies and the media part of things. I mean, what does that look like in terms of, I guess, from a leadership point of view? How important is it to have your stories told? We have Radio Vala here, and stories and I guess shared community in that case. What does that look like?
See, there's a lot of, what can I say, misinformation or maybe lack of information on various subjects, and you're stereotyped that, oh, this would be, Indians would be like this, or they only, I'll give you a very simple example that, oh, all Indians are from a particular religion, or all Indians, it's not true. Okay. The diaspora has different colors, like I told you, colors of a rainbow. So when you have some kind of a community radio, like Radio Wala, which tries to integrate with NBS, which is one of the best platforms out here, you also get to be seen as an infotainment avenue, where you're giving out information that, look, you want to do X in India, this is the best way to do it. These are A, B, C. You want to get something out from there, this is the best avenue. Or today somebody has got at least a telephone number or a contact that, oh, I want to do this, where can I do it so we can give that out, or we can put them out to different agencies and say that, okay, this is the best information you can get, or this is a scholarship available, or this is what we are doing now. We are doing heart surgeries, we are taking the poorest of poor to the children, send the, or this is a scholarship available with the Madhvani Foundation this year from May to, like apply.
Connectivity.
Yeah,
network,
the connectivity gets in.
Yes.
But apart from that, what is happening is, when you showcase Uganda to the rest of the world, like he's a part of the UK forum, he takes Ugandan businesses out there, trying to showcase that, look, we are doing this, we are an agro advanced community, we are good in coffee, we are doing this. When I talk about media, we are a line production company as well.
Yes.
So we have stock shots of Uganda for different places. When you showcase them to a producer back home, he is amazed. He doesn't believe that this is Uganda. Because they only know, if Africa, they only know South Africa, Kruger or Masai Mara.
Yes.
That's about it.
That's
So now what happens is everybody looks in for virgin territories, which has not been showcased ever again. That's why they keep looking at locales all across the world. Uganda has good connectivity, direct flights, cheap, what can I say, like infrastructure,
Yeah.
everything available around from Dubai, Kenya, if it's not available out
And
here.
fast growing.
Fast growing, and the government is very, very supportive.
No, absolutely.
You would see the wildlife guys coming in with you, the Uganda Wildlife
Authority.
like opening up and saying, okay, no fees for the park, bring in the crew, shoot here, or
so
do
there's a
this.
sense of
The army says that, okay, use the drones, do the drone shots. They give you everything, which is very, very, in fact, there's a paper tabled up with the ministry. Most of the movies are shot across the world because if you see 90% of the Indian movies are shot in UK or Switzerland because there's a duty drawback, a
Yes.
tax drawback.
Yes.
So they give out all the VAT back. So they've agreed now that you come, you don't have to pay. Because they're shooting here for a movie which is going to be shown abroad, not consumed out here.
Which is great
So that
marketing for the
18%
country.
is quite a lot of money, and 4% withholding tax. So they're considering that. Uganda has got a bright future.
Absolutely.
And Indo-Ugandan friendship or the collaboration, I think you should tell her about the college,
Yes, yes. So if we look at the history, the first speaker of the parliament was Indian, Narendra Patel. The mayor of Kampala, the Bandali Jafar, by then the member of parliament. So if we look at Indo-Uganda friendship, over a decade, we have bilateral relations between our armies. We have all our 3 wings, lieutenant positions, officers are based in Ekimeka, Jinja. The first forensic science university out of India, if Indian government has established, that's in Jinja. Now giving education, we used to send our samples for a forensic test to other countries. Now we will have our, so that's a capacity building. So if we look at the vision of our current leadership of India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, to take India to the 3rd largest economy of the world by 2047. Similar way, we have a vision of our President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of 2040 of 500 billion economy of Uganda. How do we achieve that? You see, if the president or the visionary leadership has a vision, but if they take a step, that's only one step. But if we all join, Uganda is 45 million people. If we all take one step, those are 45 million steps together. And country will grow. If you look at the entrepreneurs in the past, if you look at 200 years ago, the first entrepreneur in Uganda was Ali Dina Vishram. By then, over 100 shops running. And even in current era, you see, as mentioned earlier, Dr. Sudhir Ruparelia, Madhwanis, Mehtas, many others. You look, just only go back past 20 years, our industries, and look at today. We have added thousands industries.
What does the future look like if we can get there? Since we were already touching on a bit on the future, what's the growth potential? What does the future look like in terms of the relationship?
Future, let me tell you, there is no country like Uganda. If you want to come as an investor, not only Indian investor, from anywhere from the globe, this country has given us, we are the testimony. Our children, our wealth, our happiness, peaceful, pleasant, a very good profit. Look at today in the world, very few countries will have a steady growth. Look at our GDP, look at our dollar shilling rate. What rate we had decade ago, same rate is today. Look at other country. They have big depreciation.
I would like to add something here, Victoria.
Go for
In terms of future, I think everybody should be aware that Exim Bank of India gives out loans at very, very, very cost-effective rates for Ugandan businesses, not only Ugandan, African businesses, who are willing to buy machinery out of India. Like, I want to put up a pharmaceutical plant, or I want to put up a beverage company in Uganda, in Bale, anywhere. I do a project report. The best place to get connected is the Indian Embassy out here. And they would put them onto the Exim Bank. And based on the project portfolio, the loans are given out to them on a long-term basis. So the cost of doing business here is pretty expensive because of the terrain.
Yes.
It's across the banks. But these are banks which are facilitated by the government of India for businesses, for entrepreneurs who don't have the funding, but yet want to set up something into manufacturing, not trading. So there are various, what can I say? Opportunities,
Yes.
but they need to be well informed. And we as Radio Wala are taking up that lead now, and we will make sure that this information gets across to as many people as possible in Uganda.
Absolutely. Finally, what message would you like to leave for the nation of Uganda, the nation of India for that matter, especially heading to the celebration of 77th Republic Day?
The message is that the diaspora is a bridge between the two nations, and by obeying the law, we are committed for the growth of this nation. As well, we are deeply rooted with our nation, and we want to see both the country to lead the globe, and with the vision of 2040 of Uganda, and with the vision of what we call Viksit Bharat by 2047. And the message to the other diaspora that Uganda is a very, very, very beautiful country, very peaceful atmosphere, and one thing is a guarantee that if you come and stay here, your lifespan will be increased 10 years with the best fruit, with the tropical weather, and very, very kind people. So welcome to Uganda.
Absolutely.
On the cultural side, I would like to sign off by saying that this year, Uganda will be seen with a very different perspective all across the world through Netflix, through the movie. And we are coming up with a very good production with a very, very talented Ugandan singer called Irene Namiburu.
Wow.
So she's a close friend, and she's collaborating with one of the production houses. And you will see something exciting coming up. And she will also be well received on the other side, doing curtain raisers for some of the big platforms out there. So on the cultural side, it looks pretty amazing.
Even on the creative side, I think the young people will be much more excited even to see that happening. Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning, gentlemen. It's been a real pleasure. I think I learned a thing or two, especially about Republic Day. Looking forward to the celebrations. Is there anything happening particularly on the 26th that we
Yes,
can
on
attend?
26th at Indian High Commission, we will have a flag hosting. All the Indian national and the Friends of India are welcome. Every year we celebrate 26th January as our Republic Day. We'll have a culture program. We'll have many other activities within the community. And to commemorate this day, we do blood drives throughout the country. We also remember the sacrifice of our freedom fighters. And this year is more significant because we are celebrating 150th anniversary of our national song.
Sure.
So all are most welcome on 26th January, a flag hosting at Indian High Commission.
Absolutely.
You must come in, Victoria. Thank you for having us.
I was about to say, how do I apply to be a friend of India?
You are.
Well, thank you. You heard it right
You
here.
just have to wear a sari and come in. That's it.
That's easy. Well, thank you so much again for joining us at the breakfast meeting. But for me, Victoria Sabasane, may the Lord bless you, keep you, make his face shine upon you, and be gracious to you. Goodbye. God bless.
Thank you.
Welcome to Radio Wala.